count on you? One last time.
All right, kid. Let's go do it. One last time.
Welcome back to day 3. We are in the bottom 3 days of this countdown. I can't believe it. It's finally so close. This is the final 3 days, and I'm going to count down my favorite Uncharted 3 moments. I'm going to break it up into 2 parts. I tried to keep it down to a minimum, so it's not, too drawn out. But so let's get to it. My first favorite part, I'm going to start with the opening scene, the whole opening dialogue from the Lawrence of Arabia, that whole opening monologue, the dreamers of the day is an amazing monologue. It's an amazing way to start the story. And I loved it. It set the tone. It was somber. It was just beautiful. So that's one of my favorite moments. The way it starts, they have you from like the very beginning. Number 2, the Easter egg in the bar for The Last of Us is another one of my favorite parts because, I'm a huge Last of Us fan and I love anything that connects these universes together. Number 3, the Pelican Bar in the opening scene in the London chapter is replicated in the Pittsburgh chapter of The Last of Us as well. So they pay homage to the bar scene in there as well. There's more than one just to that game. So I think it's really important. As I love that being a Last of Us fan. So I love seeing that in the universe that they share a universe. Number 4, we learn in Uncharted 3 that you can use items in the environment to beat the crap out of people. And it's a lot of fun. You can use bottles from the bar. In the first part, you can use a big giant fish. When you get to the marketplace, anything, wrenches when you're fighting the big ass pirates. So you can use so many things in the environment to help you use as a melee weapon. So it's really useful, and it's a really nice mechanic that they added for this one that wasn't there before. Number 5, I love the fact that when we got to play this game, we got to go back 20 years and see young Nathan and young Sully together, how they met, how their histories came together, how they shared this world together, and how they became father and son, because basically that's what they did. When they met each other, through crime, that of course the only way that they're going to meet. So I love seeing that. I love seeing them in a way we've never seen them before. And I love seeing young Nate, and I love seeing young Sully, and it blew me away the first time I played it. I thought it was unbelievable that they would even think of doing that, because it's always something that we would have wanted to see. Number 6, Chloe is back for Uncharted 3. And I'm really, really hoping that she comes back for Uncharted 4, because I love Chloe. It would not be the same without her. So I am hoping that we see her again. And also, we were introduced to Cutter, who I loved. He's a great character. I am not 100% sure if he'll be back. If he is back in 4, I have a feeling he'll just be as a, I don't think it'll be as much in the gameplay. I think he might be back as, in like a cutscene or something. I'm not really sure how they will work it. But I'm hoping he comes back. But if I had a choice between Chloe and Cutter, it's Chloe all the way. Chloe for president, Cutter for vice president, but Chloe for prez. So I'm hoping she's back for 4, but we see her again in 3, and I'm so happy that she was here in 3 too. Number 7, the Sullyisms. Now, Sully has his own language, and I adore Sully. I love Sully. I don't want anything bad to happen to Sully, so I'm really holding out hope that he doesn't die. But I have a bad feeling. Let's just put it that way. Just some of my favorite things that Sully says is everything has got goddamn in it, and everything he says sounds dirty in this one. Even though like it might not be, but it always kind of sounds dirty. And, the well-be, I'll go to hell. And the abra goddamn cadabra. I mean, he is just so smooth, so charismatic that anything he says, we will just love. Just love Sully, and I love his mannerisms and the crazy Sullyisms he comes out with. Number 8. I'm not going to go into specifics, but the puzzles, the gunplay, the weapons, and the traversing were kicked up another level in this game. It was amazing how they did it. It just made it even more fun, and the puzzles were a little bit more complex, but still fun to do, and I enjoyed how they kicked it up to another level. They just kept improving on everything. I'm not going to go into everyone because then this list would be 500 items long, but on the whole, I'm just going to give props that they just kept it moving forward, and it was just even better than the first and the second one. So they kept improving on greatness. I don't know how they do it, but they keep doing it. So I'm glad they do. Number 9, the occult references. They go into some detail about about their background, how it's the occult, and how it was John Dee and Marlowe's people are the same kind of crew and the same belief system that John Dee did, and and they were all heavily into the occult. She's Marlowe and her people are followers of theirs, but they really don't go into specifics like those ginormous spiders. Where did they come from? How did they get there, and why are they always where we don't want them? Let's put it that way. How did they get? I know they have powers. Like Talbot gets shot and he doesn't even have a bullet hole. He doesn't have a blood droplet. He doesn't have he might get knocked down for a split second, but he gets back right up like nothing ever happened. To what extent are there occult powers and protections and talismans or whatever they are? I don't know. And how does he have the regenerative powers like he does? I'm not sure. And then he just disappears. So I wish they went into a little bit more detail of the extent of the powers that they have, and stuff like that, because that is so interesting to me, and I would like to see more about it. But then again, like you said, it was a huge game. How much could they possibly have gotten into it? I just like that whole reference, and it was like a separate thing from the djinn and everything else, because it was their own thing. Number 10, the character models for our beloveds were just so well done. It was even more they had gone into detail with Drake was aging, how they put more like wrinkles in his face and around his eyes, and just they had aged him gracefully for the appropriate amount of time that the prior game to this game. Sully as well, Elena, and their facial features were just so well done. It was so, they must have taken so much work. Now, they didn't even do facial recognition at this point. They've only done facial recognition on Uncharted 4. So for them to have the artists in their company to do all this, the way they emote the feelings through their facial, features and their expressions. Just think about it. Number 11. When Cutter has to jump, when Marlowe almost sets his ass on fire and he has got to jump, he breaks his leg, and we have to carry him out through soldiers and heavies and armored men and grenades, and we have to get him out of this tower, and we have to get him on the bus to save him. He is injured. How are we going to do this? I just like the no man left behind, no man or woman left behind mentality of this game, and they don't leave their friends. I like how we act as a team and we get them out of there. And the four of us were playing together pretty much up to this point, so, and even though we don't know Cutter that well from the introduction of this game, we immediately like him and we want to see him, you know, be okay. We don't want anything bad to happen to him. Number 12. I know someone we can call, is what Sully tells Nate when they are at their wits' end. What do we do? How do we get out of this? We're on this crazy bus, this Partridge Family bus. Let's get the hell. We need to go to Yemen, and how are we going to get in and get our, you know, our cover? And Sully, we're going to call our girl. And if you have a better idea, please let me know. But he doesn't. So we are going to call Elena, because you know that she is not thrilled with us, the way we left things off, that Nate had left her, abandoned her, for whatever happened, we don't know. They left on good terms on 2. 3, you know, they're married, you know, and what happened? Like, you know, can we see a wedding video or something? I'm hoping at the house in 4, when we get to 4, we'll see like maybe a wedding picture or something. You know, like a photo album, something. I want to see proof. I want to see it. I want to be there for the wedding, you know. So Elena is against her better judgment, and she says it too. She goes, I guess I'm going to have to help y'all, and I am going to make sure you don't get into trouble, because I don't want that on my conscience, and I don't want that, you know, I don't want that worry on me. So Elena is going to help us out. Now, the rapport between the 3 of them is just so perfect. I love how they all get each other. They're a family, you know, and they are there for each other, whether they agree with each other or not. They are there for each other, and they're going to help each other, even if it kills them. Like literally, even if it kills them, and it just might. So our little family is back together again, and I hope it stays together in Uncharted 4. Like I said, I have not seen any spoilers. I will not say any spoilers, even if I knew it. I've been waiting this long. Why would I want to ruin it? And shame on everybody who is ruining it. Like I said, I am really trying to stay away from social media, and you know, I'm so afraid to even look at my own comments. I'm afraid someone's going to try and spoil something for me. So if I don't get back to, you know, you guys in the comments like I usually do, just, you know that it's not personal. I'm just like, I am really nervous to look and check. The closer it gets, the worse I'm, you know, the more I'm afraid. The last scene I'm going to talk about today is the chase between Nate and Talbot. It's just epic. It's like, and I remember thinking like, wow, this is a long chase scene when I was playing it for the first time. I mean, because they're basically 2 sides of the same coin. You know, Nate is, you know, he has the propensity to be murdery. You know, he could be a little murdery. And Talbot is, you know, murdery as well. But, you know, he has that, you know, whole occult thing behind him, and he is going for power and mind control, and he's just, I'll just drug whoever I have to drug to, you know, to get them to do whatever I want. And it's crazy. So, I mean, Nate could have gone in that direction, but he hasn't. But as they're trying to take each other down, it's really, it's thrilling to see, because it's like he's fighting against himself. It's like he's fighting against himself almost. So, those are my top 13, my first 13. There's 13 more parts. I'm going to come back with the other 13 favorite parts from Uncharted 3 tomorrow. And then we only have one more day after that. So tomorrow will be day 2. And this 50 Days of Drake has been so amazing. You guys have been awesome. I am like so thrilled to have all my subscribers, all you new guys too, everyone who's been here since the beginning, and if you're new, thank you so much. And I can't wait to share this whole Uncharted 4 with you guys. It's going to be I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do with myself. I am not going to leave my house probably until I am finished with this game. I am serious. I will try and get up as many videos as I can a day. So if that, I mean, they'll just be uploading as I do them. I'm not going to be holding off on them. As soon as I record them, edit them, you know, save them, I will upload them. I'm not going to do one a day like I'm doing now. I will do as many as I can a day. Sometimes that might be 1, sometimes that might be 3. I don't think I could do 4. 4 is too much. But I will be back tomorrow with day 2. Okay. And thanks everybody for watching. I love you guys. Thanks so much for the support. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh my God, it's so close. Thanks, guys.